Hi, this is Heather Keppie. I'm the Buffalo Tempt. Oftentimes, teachers will give me a hard copy of a graphic organizer, maybe from Wonders or Social Studies or something, and say, can you make a graphic organizer that I can assign to my students in the Drive or via Google Classroom? This is an example of that. In second grade, students were assigned to write a how-to, and it was just going to be a paragraph. And so there's the title of the assignment or the paragraph. The teacher wanted a box for the topic sentence, detail 1, detail 2, detail 3, detail 4, and a closing sentence. And that's it. Obviously, if kids were writing a story, this might be the opening paragraph, another supporting paragraph, 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 and then closing paragraph. However you want to do it. What I'm going to show you is how to make one of these from scratch. So if you go into New and Google Docs, it will open a blank Google Doc, and you're going to give it a name. Oftentimes, things that I make for teachers, I want to make sure that they will make a copy of it before they start doing things to it or before they assign it to their classes. So I typically just put right there in the name, make a copy. If you were assigning this through Google Classroom, which my second grade teacher was doing, you wouldn't have to put the make a copy part because Google Classroom automatically makes a copy when it pushes something out as an assignment. So here I am in my blank paragraph template, and this is what I'm going to be making here. So this is just a plain line of text. This looks like a text box, but it's actually a table. This is a 1x1 table. This is a 2x2 table, another 2x2 table, and another 1x1 table. So it's super straightforward how to make this. The first thing I'll type on here is the title. I'm going to hit enter or return a couple of times just to give a little white space in between the title and the first table. I'm going to go to insert table. That first one is a 1x1, and the teacher wanted it to say topic sentence. Then I'm going to hit enter a couple times, and I want this first line of text to be centered. And so you can either triple click or highlight it. This right here is how you can tell. Right now it's left justified or left aligned, and we're going to click the one that says center. And then I want it to go back to left for students for when they're doing their typing of their topic sentence. Now I'm going to click down here below that box and hit enter a time or two, and I'm going to go to insert table, and this time it's going to be a 2x2 table. On this table she wanted it to say detail number 1 and detail number 2. Again, if I want those centered, I can highlight them both at the same time and click up here where the alignment is and center that text. And then to make the box bigger here so kids know to type a lot more than just one line, I'm going to click and drag. And so that's just a manual click and drag when your cursor looks like this. It's an arrow pointing up and an arrow pointing down with the line kind of highlighted. If you remember over here on my example, I have heavier lines. Excuse me. So I'll show you how to do that. You're going to click up here on that same area where you were going to change the size of the box, and do a 2-finger click if you're on a Chromebook or a MacBook, and then you would do a right click if you were on a desktop. The table properties are what I'm going to select, and I usually go with a 2.25 weight line, and I kind of like how that looks. Same thing here. I'm going to do the 2 fingers, which is the same as a right click, and I have to make sure I'm on the line there, and I'm going to make it the same weight as the other box. Then I'm going to click down here below that table, hit enter once, insert table, 2 by 2. I'm going to put detail number 3, detail number 4. I'm going to center those. With my left alignment here, I'm going to change it to a center alignment. I'm going to hover my cursor over the line until I get this icon and drag the box manually. I'll get that same icon up here and I'll do my 2-finger click. I'll pick Table Properties. I'll do a 2.25, hit OK. And then I'm going to go down here below the box and I'm going to make, if you remember, the closing sentence was just a 1 by 1 box again, or 1 by 1 table. So I'm going to go Insert, Table, 1 by 1, and closing sentence. Hit Enter a couple times. This top row, I'm going to do a triple click and tell it to center align. And then I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm actually going to go left justify here so that when kids start typing, it's going to come over here to the left. I'll hover over the border of my table, do a 2-finger click, Table Properties, 2.25, tell it OK. And then if you remember over here, I had a kind of a more fun typeface that I used. So I usually make whatever I'm going to make, and then I'll do a select all, so Control A, and I believe that was Architect's Daughter, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that it's going to show up for me here. And if you'll notice, the students very easily went in and made their own color. I believe I went in and I clicked here and made each of these typefaces. I switched these to Comic Sans. So when the kids started typing, they would have a different look to their typeface that they were using, just to have it stand out a little bit from the graphic organizer that we had created for them to use. So I'm going to do a quick Comic Sans, one more Comic Sans, and that's it. So now I have, and I don't ever like it to run down to a second page like this, so I'm going to make it, there we go. And of course, when kids start typing on it, it'll go down to another page. But when I make things initially, I like to have them fit on one page. And I could just go in here. It's because I made that typeface bigger. That's why the spacing got kind of big. But you can just tell kids that they can change the size of the typeface, or you can change it before you send it out to them. So right here, it's defaulted to 14. Maybe you'd rather have the part where they're going to type be 12. Nonetheless, this is finished, and what I can do, if I'd like, is go in to where it says New again, Google Docs. I can click on this greater than sign, and if you notice where it says From a Template, Davenport teachers within our Google Drive domain have access to all of these templates that Davenport teachers have uploaded. And so this is something where you could just take something someone else made and modify it yourself, or you could make something and upload it, which that's what this one is here. This is the same one that I made. So you would just go in and say Submit Template, and then it's something that other people can use. Just in case you're curious, the general template gallery, these are more Microsoft Word, Google things like recipes, letters, resumes, that kind of thing. So the Davenport teacher one is a cool way to have access to things that people in our school district made. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own concrete sequential template. Thanks.